Well, guys, we're here. After a solid 1 hour of planning, we're in the first ever, what are we calling this? Mule Outdoors podcast? Does that feel like
I think it should be honculations personally.
it should be honculations? I figure we start with introductions since this is the first podcast. I'm Aaron. I own Mule Outdoors, which I figured is what we call the podcast, but I figured all the guys around here go with their introductions. So give me your introduction, where you're from, what you're about, and also what you think the podcast should be called. Yeah, I'm Aaron. I think it should be called the Mule Podcast or the Mule Outdoors Podcast. We're also all here, and we're in college. We're in North Carolina. We'll talk about all that later, hurricane and such. Yeah, we're bored, and we figured what better way. Like every time we finish a conversation, we say we should make this into a podcast. So we figured we just have a conversation and then click record on the podcast. And this is the most tame I've seen Gabe all day. So I'll pass it to Jacob first. Jacob, take it away.
Well, hello everybody, it's me. You see me quite often as of recent. I'm in a lot of Aaron's most recent fishing videos. Probably won't be in any more for a while because there's no fish here now. But
Why is that?
because the hurricane, just swept the whole side of the mountain off, and probably all the fish got washed away. And we also can't get to the fish because the parkway is closed, and every road in, western North Carolina is also closed. So, this is what we've resorted to, sitting in a dorm room on a Friday night, recording a podcast with four dudes. And so my nickname is Honky, and I think I should have some skin in the game as much as I appear on Mule Outdoors. So I believe this should be called Honculations.
That's true.
And after this, I'll give you to Big Tex.
Wait, you need to say where you're from.
Where you from?
Oh,
What you're
well,
about.
well, okay. I haven't done this before. I'm from Eagle Rock, Virginia, which is a small town in Virginia, in the absolute middle of nowhere.
And it is the middle of nowhere. I can
Yeah, it is the middle of nowhere. So that's where I'm from, and what I'm about is, I don't know. I'm just here to shoot shotguns.
Yes, we're
And
also
that's-
all on the we're all on the clay target team as well. That's cool. So
So we met shooting, and I'm here. I'm a business major, and I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. I'm probably going to mow grass for a living. Thank you.
I'm Emmett. We're also
wait, give me your
All the
full
part
name.
of that.
Emmett.
Emmett Eugene Cap the Fifth.
That's right.
Fifth. Like a gay lord. But no, I'm from East Texas. Learned to fish with Aaron, fly fishing. Learned to fly fish with Aaron, and these two helped me shoot a lot better. But
If you fly fish with me, too, he's
being right.
prejudiced.
all I'm really about
in there.
before is just ranching. That's all I usually do. And so, learn more with these boys, and of course, big game. I'll give it off to you.
So yeah, I'm Gabe Overbay. I'm from East Tennessee. You know what I'm about? You got to go with some big orange football right off the bat here. Big football guy.
Tell us about the balls this year.
Oh, the balls this year. Well, you don't get me started. You already got me started. Well, start with Josh Hypo and Nico Imaliav. I want you to learn that name. You're going to be hearing it a lot the next few years. I'm going to leave it at that because I could talk about for days about the Tennessee Vols, future 2024 national champions.
That's wild.
What should the podcast be named?
Yeah, what's the podcast been named?
I'm going to
I
go.
actually don't have a choice.
I'm gonna go with Mule Outdoors because it was the original owner. Like Jesus Christ named the earth, not Satan. He kind of got second.
So you just,
He got second into it.
so Gabe, you're equivalating me to Satan. Is that what we're
And
saying
meaning
here?
Jesus Christ.
No, I'm just saying.
Jesus named it. No, we don't need to get into that. But
I'm just saying. Like the original owner gets the dibs on it. Someone say, Aaron Muleheisen gets the
sleep at night.
Mule Outdoors podcast. So.
what do you think it should be called, Emmett?
I actually really don't have a preference.
Do you have a preference?
No.
Okay.
I do.
Prejudice.
What was your option?
Calculations.
Or the Talk to a podcast.
They already have a talk to. We'll get sued into the ground.
That's true.
I really don't have a
That's
preference.
fine.
I couldn't even think of a name.
That's fine.
I should have been told I was supposed to guess up names before I got it.
Well, you were. We went over this in our 10 minutes of preparation. yeah, so I figured we all start off with pretty big event that happened recently was Hurricane Helene. Obviously, our school was just east of Asheville, North Carolina. Which, if you guys have been paying attention to the news at all, it was pretty bad. It was yeah, very lucky to be alive and safe. To be honest, like we were stuck here for was it 2 days.
2 days.
2 days.
Thursday.
Friday.
Well, it happened Thursday night.
Okay, so Friday.
Saturday, and he left early
Left on
Sunday on Sunday morning. So
So 3 collective days.
3 collective days. Yeah, it was me, Big Gabe, and Jacob. Emmett, we all thought he was. Tell him what you did, Emmett.
Well, you see, every year I watch the
get the mic.
yeah. Every year I watch the stuff about the Florida hurricanes, and my number one thought is, why didn't you just leave before it happened? So in order to take my own advice, I got out of here the day before the hurricane, and on Friday, September 27th, I was high and dry and had power in East Texas. So
What he
that was
didn't
my
say
whole hurricane experience.
is that he left at 1:00 in the afternoon.
Yes,
from-
I got home at 6:00 in the morning.
Yes.
But it was much better that way. I chased a hurricane chased me all the way out of Tennessee.
Yeah.
Every time I'd stop, it'd start raining. I'd keep on driving. But tell your experience, Aaron.
Yeah. So you want to tell it, Jake?
Well, wake up next morning, the lake's blowed out, and I walk off the dorm porch. Here we go. I'm watching the river run down through the middle of the bridge. And it's like, man, I wish I wasn't right for once in my life. I like to be right most of the time, but not this time. So then we ate 5 times fried rice for 3 days and trashy chicken nuggets. But we made it out alive. A lot of people didn't. So
Very lucky.
we're doing better than most people, but not as good as Emmett was in East Texas.
I gotta say, I wouldn't have rather gone through this situation with any other boys in the world. We all made it out safe because of one another, even the support of old Tex in Texas when he was high and dry. So pray for West North Carolina, East Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Florida, all that were affected.
Yeah. And I noticed that it felt like we were legitimately going to war
Mhm.
the night before. We were in this room. It was pitch black, obviously, because there was no light. But we had the maps out. We were like, Gabe and you guys both had service, didn't you? We were trying to call people we knew, figure out, because the roads were so sketchy that we didn't actually know a way out. So we're trying to go, called some people we knew, made it out. Was it Shelby we called? Thank you.
Shelby Brown.
Thank you, Shelby Brown. Shelby Brown, yeah. Thank you, Shelby Brown. So the next morning, we're like, all right, I guess we ride at dawn, and then we
I think good night, kid. That's the only way I can trust
Continue talking.
Sorry, Emmett's messing with my stuff. 5 years old.
And then we caravanned. Was there 7? I think there were 7 or 8 of us, led by the Danger Ranger himself. I still don't know why you guys picked me to be the leader of the convoy, but
Because you're slow. I drive a big F-150, and it goes much faster than Aaron's.
to be
Piece
fair,
of crap
Gabe
Ranger.
Gabe called me to slow down. I was dusting Gabe and Jonah. To
Well-
be fair,
Well, his speedometer was off. He's saying he was going 70, and I was going 80, and me and Jonah were struggling to keep up with him.
I was going 7.
Now, funny enough, my car was in the floodwater, and it washed out the wheel weights. So when I got above 60, it started shaking, which is a little bit squirrely, as Jacob would say. So I asked Aaron to keep it slow, and next thing I know, we're going 80 down the interstate.
And then I took over, and it was even worse.
Yes. But to get out, we had to go, because 40 East coming out from school was all washed out. So we had to go west to Asheville, 26 south down to Spartanburg, Spartanburg, South Carolina. Then cut east to Charlotte to take 77 north to Virginia to get to Jacob's house. So safe to say we were, it was a long day of travel. Something we will surely not forget anytime soon. But very, very lucky to be as safe as we are.
Shout out Mama Helene.
Yes, Mama
if
Helene.
you ever see this podcast, I doubt you will. But if you ever see this, dinner was good.
Dinner was good. You were trying to force it down my throat.
It was. Mama was sitting there.
Yes.
She was like, keep on eating. And Grenade was sitting there, y'all want something to eat? Come on.
We just driven 10 hours, looked like The Walking Dead, and then like forcing biscuits down our yeah, it was
Handmade biscuits at my
Yeah.
mama's. It's neat. Sing.
Yeah, you know, that is something.
coming up soon. We do have Jacob playing us a guitar segment on the $70 guitar class guitar. So
Negative. I will bring the $1,000 Martin next time. I'm going home soon. I will not grace you
Please?
with that trashy guitar. No, it's terrible.
is it actually that bad?
It's bad. It's like listening to like
No,
it's like a guitar you fished out the trash can, threw some strings on it, and you put like old Hobo Joe
Mhm.
has been playing it for his whole. It's terrible. It's a piece of junk.
You ever
It's-
tried to put a cat in a mailbox?
Yeah,
Sounds about
that's
right.
what it
Put a
sounds
cat in
like.
a
It's
mailbox.
bad.
Try to put a cat in a mailbox.
I tell you, I walked in the other day and Emmett was looking up a YouTube video on how to play guitar.
I inspired him.
There ain't-
Did you?
There ain't much to do around here. I've never played guitar.
That's
Yeah,
true.
we can't fish no more because
That's
thanks
true.
Helene.
Yes.
But
So funny enough, we fish mostly around school, which is in what is it called? I think it's the Appalachian Ranger District and the grandfathered Ranger District of the Pisgah, which basically where our school is, like just east of Asheville, north to the Parkway up to Mount Mitchell, and kind of grandfather mountain over toward Boone area. And those are the only two Ranger districts that are still closed. So we're trying to hunker down, figure out what to do. Me and Emmett went and scouted a deer hunting. Emmett, what would you rate our deer hunting scouting today? I honest opinion. My feelings won't be hurt.
No, I mean, there wasn't much sign. I don't know how much deer activity.
Yeah.
But it was one hell of a hike.
It was one. That's right.
Sorry, one heck of a hike.
yeah,
One heck of a hike. But it was fun. It was cool.
it was cool.
it
It was
really
really pretty country out there.
Very
The
pretty.
leaves are in full bloom right now, but the drought is actually really bad.
I bet you really sounded like a woolly mammoth. Aaron doesn't pick his shoes up when he walks, so he sounds like a bull elephant walking through the
There
woods.
was so much leaves. There wasn't no.
There was no
a church
sneaking
mouse
around.
couldn't have snuck up on us. I mean,
No.
it was.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
bad. We saw some squirrels though. You would have liked them.
Yeah, I wish I would have went.
Yeah.
I was. Never mind. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
figure
yeah,
that
yeah.
out.
He was hanging out with issue number 1, which she will now be referred to as issue number 1, and we have issue number 2.
I keep telling her to watch our YouTube videos, and she never does. So she's not gonna see this podcast. So it's fine.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, I mean, I've
Until we
asked
say
her.
something about her.
So are we turning this into like a talk to a drama podcast?
No, this is no.
Better turn my phone on silent.
Sorry, guys.
Are you having my water, Jake?
Yeah.
Gabe, tell them what we're doing tomorrow.
So tomorrow we're heading to the great state that Peyton Manning went to college at, Tennessee. We're at Johnson City, Tennessee, shoot Unique Ryan Gun Club. Hopefully some good practice, a little trophy shoot down there. Shot to Unaka. It's where I grew up at. Taught me a lot of things. I hope to shoot good, compete against each other, have fun, eat some good food. So they call me Big Gabe.
Are we gonna see Todd?
Toddy List may make an appearance. He's a mystical man. We never know.
We need to see Todd. I miss Todd.
Yeah.
I'll let him know. I'll
We
let him
do
know.
need to see Todd.
Todd is my stepfather, by the way.
Yeah, give us a description of childhood story.
So a little Todd origin story. Mr. Todd Freeman, owner of Freeman Productions.
Shout them out. Go use their.
Shout out Freeman Productions. Use if you got any wedding venues, any parties you're doing, Todd Freeman's your guy. It is so hard to describe Todd because he is a range of all things. You need something fixed? Call Todd. You want to hear a funny joke? Call Todd. You want to get made fun of? Call Todd. You want to hear about football? Call Todd. Calls radio for the Dobbin Bennett's Indians. Great guy. Wonderful to have him as a stepfather. He's been married to my mama for coming up 2 years now. So
To your mom. No, but I think something interesting would do. So we're going to shoot tomorrow at Unaka Gun Club, and for trap, guess what you think your score is going to be, and we'll see who's the closest. Come up with the next episode. And trap, what's your trap score going to be? They're out of 100.
What's out of 50?
Oh, they're only out of 50.
Well, what's going to be on the line? I need something on the line besides breaking rights.
you get to come up with the next topic for our podcast.
That's right.
You get to be leader.
I get to be
the next podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, this time it's Aaron.
48. I'm going with a 48 out of 50.
I was also going to guess a 48.
You know, it's like in poker. When we were playing poker when we were stuck in Helene, I always said, if you fold, you're too scared. So I ain't folding. I'm calling the over. I'm going 50 out of 50, big dog. I'm laying it down.
I'm gonna get this like a 43. I bet I can hit a 43.
Okay, Gabe,
43 or 44.
Gabe, I just want you to know, if I'm running a 50 out of straight, I will drop the last two just for you.
Sounds
just
good.
to get it right.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Professional sandbagger right here. Jacob Van Ness. Professional sandbagger.
I like to steal little kids' money. So.
At shooting, not in any other way.
This is turning into quite the eventful podcast.
It's always eventful.
I'm holding myself back best I can.
Did anybody do anything eventful when they were stuck at home? Wait, Gabe, are you texting Jordan?
Maybe.
Tell him to come up. Tell him to come up here. We need him to be on the podcast.
Well, we're gonna play some Black Ops, but
Tell him to come up here and he can be on the podcast.
we'll make a video for him. Jordan, we're starting a podcast. Be up here.
We need you as a guest speaker, Jordan.
Yeah.
That's nice. Anybody
Yeah,
do anything
that's
fun
awesome.
while they were home for the break? Extended
No.
fall break? No.
No, I work because I'm poor. This is why we're starting this podcast.
As,
we're all poor. We're poor, guys. I'm very poor, so I worked all fall break. And,
Except he got a $1,000 tip, so now he's not poor.
well, I'm poor, just less poor than I was before. Yeah, so it's hard to be me sometimes. But anyways, I work at the Preserve at Crooked Run in Virginia. If you want to come, it's cool. I'll teach you how to shoot a shotgun. But
Yeah, only if you give good tips, though.
yeah, I like good tips.
You know.
I just mostly worked. But probably the coolest thing, we stole the county grader one night. As long as the law doesn't listen to this, we stole and joyride the county road grader. Me and someone who shall not be named. And I went gay, but
Boss Man.
no,
No, it wasn't.
me
It
and,
wasn't. It wasn't, boss
Oh,
man.
Big N.
Big N, oh Big N. Okay.
Rhymes
He
with
got in there. He
rhymes
goes,
with Koa.
I go, you think we can learn how to operate this thing? He goes, yeah, I think we can learn. He gets in. It took us about an hour, but we finally figured out that if you've ever been inside a county grader, there's about 809 different levers you've got to learn to pull. Throw that away, game. Thank you.
Throw it away. I mean,
Read it, I don't care.
That was probably the most interesting thing we tried to do. What'd you do, Gabe? What'd you do, and who was her name? Oh, sorry, what was her name?
well, negative shout out to a woman named Riley Stem.
I don't think you can do a negative shout.
That's how that works, Gabe.
So I didn't talk to any women. EGT, shout out to you. You'll know who you are.
Gabe, we met over this.
I worked a little, sat around like a fat Uncle Lord, as Jacob would say, and then played video games. Took the Tennessee Volunteers to about 8 national championships in NCAA. That's about it. What about you, Mr. Muleheisen?
I'm on mic. I went.
gang.
I
His
went.
name's not Muleheisen, by the way. It's Mulestein. Just want to put that out
Yeah.
there.
Not Jesse.
Oh.
Yeah, I went hunting a couple times. That was good. Got a couple does. Yep, butchered all of those. That was good. Went to a couple shoots. Also took some little kids' money in shooting. That was good. Jury shotgun sports. If you're watching this, I beat all of you in sporting. So that was fun. Except the dude who shot a 99. You're probably on drugs or something. That was good. Yeah, good. Just try to stay busy. I miss being here, that's for sure, though. It was not the same. It's like doing all the not fun parts of college at home when none of your friends from high school are home. If you have friends from high school, which is hard to come by sometimes.
Which I don't. So
It's
I need friends if you live in Eagle Rock, Virginia.
it's a weird feeling. It's like being at church without your underwear on. You're in the right place, but it just don't feel right, and you know you're missing something. It's
Yeah,
these
Gabe
boys
lost
are
it with
that
one.
something.
That's not where I saw that going.
Gabe, don't moon the camera.
But we've got a question for Big Gabe.
Okay.
What'd you think of Alabama losing? Greatest day of your life?
Well, the greatest day of my life.
You knocked your cup over again.
It's empty.
Okay.
So, in 2022, that was the greatest day of my life when Tennessee beat Alabama. But when I was watching the game this year in 2023, I thought a few things.
2024.
Sorry about that.
The Vols lost last year.
Yes, that is true. They did lose last year. My bad for misspeaking. But you know what I thought about it was Nick Saban can't save you anymore when you got the gunslinger, Nico Imaliava, Josh Heupel, calm the place, sling that thing, Dylan Sampson, running up the middle, turning on 20 on you every single run. He should be in the Heisman conversation, people. You're not putting enough respect on his name. Just wait.
Dylan Sampson?
Yes, Dylan Sampson. Baby CEO, a.k.a. Sorry. I got...
It's an everything podcast.
Yeah,
It's a little bit of everything.
It's an everything podcast.
What about the Aggies?
We don't have a subject.
What about the Aggies? Talk about the Aggies.
You mean the number one team in the SEC?
Just wait, it'll work itself out. The Tennessee Vols will come out on top.
SEC champion winners.
That's a bold prediction, isn't it?
That's a bold prediction. My also other prediction is that it's going to be the Texas Longhorns in the SEC championship against Texas A&M.
That's impossible. Horns down, because they play each other at the end of the season. I highly doubt that'll happen. Because Texas is only one loss because they're really
That's
not
cool.
a
I
real
just
SEC
want to watch
team.
that game. I just want to watch a championship game between Texas A&M and Texas Longhorns. Big rivalry for me and all of my family.
Mm-hmm.
But Gig 'em Aggies. Gig 'em Aggies.
Go Baltimore Ravens.
He says
So,
that because he
how
has
would
no
you sum up
college
their
to cheer for. And any college team within about 200 miles of his house sucks.
Closest thing is the Virginia Tech
Yeah.
Hokies, and
The closest team worth a darn is freaking Tennessee.
that's true.
I mean,
So you
really.
better run the Tennessee Vols if you're in Virginia, because Virginia Tech got Hendon Hooker. Look what we did with him. He'll be starting for Detroit real soon.
Does Virginia have
Oh,
an
West
SEC
Virginia's
team?
close.
But does Virginia have an SEC team?
They're not good. No.
No, I didn't think so. Well, there's your reason. There's your reason. Poor Aaron over here has to be a Mizzou fan.
Hey, can I have a... I need to give a disclaimer real quick. I would say 80% of my Mizzou fan is to make Gabe mad. Okay, so I want to put that out, and it's a hard life as a Mizzou fan. The game where we missed like 18 field goals during Vanderbilt. Looking back on our history, that's like par for the course. That's par for the course. So I'm proud of myself. I don't know why I'm saying this. I didn't start liking Mizzou football until last year, just to make Gabe mad because Mizzou won last year.
It's about like cheering for the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah,
that's right.
I'm a big Cowboys fan. Always have been, always will be. But you have to be prepared to lose every single game because more than likely.
You know what I saw yesterday in the lobby? The dude, the Cowboys fan dude, he was playing sad music and eating the whole pumpkin pie by himself.
The North Dakota
He's
guy.
cry.
Yeah.
I've watched him cry over. Matt, you're cutting up my camera time. I've watched him cry over a Cowboys game and wish death upon Jerry Jones and burn a whole pile of Cowboys paraphernalia. So
You hate to see it.
He's not a true fan. You got to win and lose at the same time. Be proud when you win and learn to lose because you're gonna be doing it a lot.
That's right.
That is one respect I'll give to the Baltimore Ravens. You can't get across the Kansas City Chiefs, but Jacob, at least you're still a fan.
At least you're trying.
I am. But you see,
When the games are rigged.
you see now though, we've got King Henry running on all cylinders, and when we go back to the championship game, we're gonna kick it down the Chiefs' throat. And I'm going to go jump up and down on Aaron's bed because he is a communist Kansas City fan, like the piece
I
of trash
also
he
like
is.
Kansas City mostly to make Jacob mad.
We watched the Baltimore Ravens lose to the Kansas City Chiefs last year, and I threw quite a lot of things
Against the wall.
at the
Yes.
wall.
In the classroom, actually.
In a classroom, yeah.
Yeah,
I almost threw a desk, but I didn't really want to get kicked out. But go Baltimore. We're going to the Super Bowl, and we're going to win. And Patty Mahomes, this is not your year, man. Just sit it out.
If this, how long are we into this podcast? About 27 minutes. If it's taught me anything, we're making some bold football predictions. So when we're not wrong, subscribe down below.
That was a soft plug there, Gabe. Real soft plug. All right. Give me your college football prediction and your NFL prediction.
All right. Well, college football, you know where I'm going to go. It's going to be the Tennessee Vols here. I'm going to pick an underdog for the NFL. I'm going to go the Niners. I'm going to say the Niners
It's
win.
not an underdog, but okay.
Well, maybe not an underdog, but I'm going to say a lot of people are saying KC again this year.
Burn 'em.
I'm going Niners.
But if you think Tennessee's going to win the championship, who are they playing? Yeah, who are they playing?
Who are they playing? That's good. That's going to be a tough one with the 12-team playoff. I'm going to predict Oregon. Tennessee, Oregon National Championship.
I can see it, except for Tennessee. But
Tennessee W 35-30.
Depends on how LSU Texas A&M game goes. If Texas A&M wins, that's a strong championship team.
I agree.
Maybe not
I
win,
agree.
but they're going to be there.
I agree.
And if they play at Cal Field, it's game over for whoever's playing against them.
except for Notre Dame.
Good home field advantage, but not better than Neyland Stadium.
Anyways, for NFL predictions, Chiefs are going to be there. Chiefs are going to win. I think the NFL is slightly heavy-handed on the Chiefs side.
Yes, the
It
refs love the Chiefs. If you're,
They
if you're
do.
watching
They
this
do.
out there, NFL refs, you suck.
If anyone knows how to become a ref for a Chiefs game to get paid extra, let me know. I want to get some extra cash under the table from the Chiefs. It'd be real nice. My only true prediction I can say is Cowboys ain't going. They ain't going this year. They ain't going next year.
What about college?
Until they get rid of that.
College?
Yeah.
I truly think, with an unbiased opinion, I think Texas A&M will go to the championship.
Notre Dame beats you. At Kyle Field. I thought Kyle Field you were unbeatable.
I'm giving my prediction. I think Texas A&M going to be in a championship game. Do I think A&M's going to win? Probably.
Welcome back to the
I don't
Talk
know
Show
when that
podcast.
went out because I've been seeing that little sign on there for maybe the past 2 minutes.
Are you serious?
I mean, they popped up, but not that long ago.
So like 2 minutes, but not too long ago.
So like 1.5 seconds.
Yeah.
in
So
that time.
the camera stopped recording for some reason. So if we missed it, Emmett is predicting.
Texas A&M Aggies, and if the Aggies don't go, and I must cry, I hope it's a Texas team. I hope the Longhorns go, and they will have my support.
Really?
Wow.
That is bold.
Wow.
From
There's two rules when it comes to Texas football. You may not like them, but you cheer for them because they're Texas, and screw everybody else.
I don't think those are the rules.
Those are the rules where I come from.
Hmm.
You cheer for anybody in Texas. Now I do like the Vols.
We're
I do like the Vols. Tennessee and Texas have a good loyalty going all the way back. Remember the Alamo? I plugged the Alamo. When Tennessee came down, they saved their butts.
Yep.
After the Alamo, we all died at the Alamo. But
you know the Alamo started a massive front for Texas becoming a state. You know who you got to thank? Davy Crockett, Tennessee. That's why we're called the Tennessee Volunteers,
I mean, that's why they're called the Volunteers.
because we volunteered for a lot of wars. Tennessee has had the highest population percentage in that. But if it's, let's say there's a Texas A&M
The oldest
Tennessee
state in
matchup.
America is Virginia.
No.
Isn't it Maryland?
I'm saying Virginia. If I'm wrong, Virginia's the best state, so I don't really care.
Disregarding what Honky says, if A&M and the Vols have a matchup in the SEC championship or national championship, to say the least, there'll be a house divided, and someone's going to lose their life savings over this game. It's going to be me or Emmett. So,
Or both.
looking forward to it.
Between the Texas A&M Tennessee game,
That'd be one heck of a matchup.
that's going to be one heck of a game, and I hope they play somewhere on middle ground,
That'd be a
not
good
in
matchup.
either one stadium.
For the opposing team, it'd be bad. Neyland's ranked above, biasly, for me in environment, but Kyle Field is again a top 10 environment that walking into you don't know what to expect. Go back to Johnny Manziel years.
All right, Jacob.
Absolutely, because one more than that. If A&M wipes the floor with Arkansas, as they did, at Kyle Field. Or sorry, they didn't even beat them at Kyle Field. They whooped them at AT&T Stadium in Dallas. And then Arkansas goes on to beat Tennessee.
Mhm.
That would be a hard
Wait,
game
hold on,
in
hold on.
A&M's favor.
Jacob, do you hear that? Is it the world's smallest violin out here?
It is. It is.
Jacob, give me your unbiased predictions.
My unbiased predictions is I don't watch college football. Never have.
He's a communist.
Well, yeah, that's fine. But I like the colors of LSU, so if they do good, that'd be cool. I like the Tiger. And I've got some buddies that shoot down there, so go Tigers. Then I'm
Go
going.
Cavs.
Plug your own school.
Yeah, I know.
No.
I think Montreat's going to this.
Yeah. Anyways, who I would like to see in the Super Bowl is the Baltimore Ravens. If they don't, my underdog pick to go to the Super Bowl is the Washington Redskins. I will never call them the Commanders. They've been on a roll. They got smacked by the Ravens a couple weeks ago, but that's because the Ravens are awesome. So, Washington Commanders or the Ravens for what is that, AFC?
Mhm.
For the AFC. And the NFC, I want to watch somebody that hasn't been in there for a while. So, somebody that sucks and just goes wild card. I can't think of a team to save my life right now, but one of them.
NFC Vikings, right? You go with Vikings.
Or Vikings or is Lions. No, Lions is AFC.
Yeah.
Or the Lions. I like the Lions. They've got cool colors.
Hendon Hooker back.
I don't want anybody from California to come because they suck. Yeah. That's all I got.
In case you hadn't picked up on it, Jacob here picks football teams like a woman who doesn't know nothing about football. They got pretty colors. And,
It's like me during March Madness. Which mascot wins in a fight? That's who I pick for the bracket. So.
And as you see, it has gotten him nowhere.
Well, yeah, that's
Did you know
debatable.
Warren Buffett has $1 million prize or $1 billion prize for ever has the perfect mark.
No one's won it.
Yeah, no one's ever done it.
But
Yeah.
if you want to talk about NFL fantasy football,
Gabe, can we?
let's get off.
Okay.
New topic, pick a new topic.
I'll make you a deal.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I need to make my prediction still. We're still on the football railroad tracks. We just have like a little turn.
Okay.
We're starting to veer away from
Right.
the
To
football
outdoors.
railroad tracks. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. Spold. I'm thinking Ohio State, Georgia, and the national championship.
Who wants to see that? No one does.
No one wants to see that.
Most
but I-
hated teams in America.
No one likes Ohio.
I don't know. The Cowboys are pretty.
How can you like Ohio
No.
and Georgia? Now Nick Saban is gone. You got Kirby Satan, pretty much.
and I also think the Ravens are going to win the Super Bowl this year.
He's just trying to get brownie points from Jacob so he can name it his podcast.
I never said I wasn't.
I like the Ravens.
Yeah, I like him too.
watching Lamar Jackson. I like watching the Ravens.
I like Lamar. Yeah.
Seeing a team win is pretty cool.
Yeah, Jacob, go.
Take it away.
Gabe, would you ever want to try fly fishing? I lay in bed at night thinking about all the good times me and Aaron have fly fishing and how comical it would be to watch Gabe scramble up a 5-foot rock with a fly rod in his hand. I would love to watch Gabe catch a trout that is this long. I think it would make Big Gabe happy. But I don't know if Big Gabe would die in the process. So I'm asking Big Gabe's opinion on his balance and dexterity to go fly fishing. Emmett is like a cat. Emmett could get anywhere. This man I went fishing with, I was falling everywhere, and Emmett was walking in socks with Crocs up the side of the mountain and never got wet. But I don't think Gabe has that kind of cat-like reflex.
So, to answer Jacob's question, I have nothing like cat-like reflexes. As you saw when we were walking around during the hurricane, I was slipping, falling, sliding, whichever way the gravity was taking me. It's typically down.
We call it momentum.
With a big center of mass. Like they say, if she ain't 280, she ain't a lady. So I was just going. Anyways, even though I don't have the best balance or dexterity, I would give it a shot. Catching a trout about this size, it just feels right with me and my soul, which how size this should be.
That's an average sized fish.
I think that's massive.
However, you would have to buy your own fly rod.
Right. Or I could just take the fly fishing class and they give me a treat rod.
Exactly,
Right,
but I've had
For a small fee of $100.
I've had one broke rod. I will not have another one broke by a big Gabe.
Does her name rhyme with Schmaley?
No. It's number one.
Number one,
We
yeah,
don't use her
number
real name. Number one. Issue
Is
number one.
she number one?
Issue number one.
She's number one. I
She was
got
just
you.
brought up
I
Compliment.
feel like this is kind of bad, guys.
That issue number one.
Yes.
She doesn't know who she is.
And until she watches it, then she knows to say her
Yeah,
act
she's-
right.
Issue number one. I love you a lot. They're just them.
Issue number one. That's a straight
We actually
lie.
don't have any issue with her.
That's true.
Most days.
Most
but
days.
women are just angry little fellas that just like to fight. So
I don't know if that's true.
Unless you have a Miss Jaden. If there's more Miss Jadens in the world, like Aaron's future wife, where they're gonna have 20 kids and
That is
they
not
all
true.
plantation.
It is not true. There's no plantation.
A plantation in Missouri.
I don't think.
There's
I
actually
don't think
a
you.
lot of plantations out there. That's too bad of a topic.
I don't think you have
I
the.
digress.
I don't think you have the right word there, Gabe.
Podcast. Yeah, plantation, I think, is a word. Oh, cult. That's a better word.
Cool.
If you can't get anybody to join you, make your own members.
I don't. Okay, I don't.
It's basically what the shooting team is. I mean, you got coach number one that told us about this college, and now we're a cult because how much we love each other in the heart. Even if Aaron was an Alabama fan, I would still spit in his food, but I'd still love him.
It truly is. The Montreat shooting team is a really good group of people. I don't think there's one person on the team that's an issue.
Because they all left.
Yeah.
Yes, they all
The
left.
issue's up and
Well,
gone.
then they're
Highly Mazurek.
wait, there may be one like issue number 3, who rhymes with Schmaten.
Oh, that is true.
Everyone on the shooting team is fine, in case you're watching this. New segment.
New segment.
Let's hear a topic.
Outdoor stories.
Crazy outdoor stories.
outdoor
Jacob, tell them
stories.
about Panthertown Valley when Hurricane Helene Jr. came through.
Oh, okay.
Well, this is so. We were at Emmett's grandparents' house.
Thank you,
And,
thank you, Paul, Pat, and
Yeah, thank you, Paul, Pat, and Nanny.
Yes.
But we were there. It was one afternoon. I can't remember what I did that morning.
Church.
Oh yeah, we went to church and
And then brunch.
and then went to brunch. And then Aaron's like, "You want to go fishing?" And I was like, "No."
That's
Not
That's
really.
not true. That is not.
I kind of wanted to go, but not really. But anyway,
You,
so
you
we,
always, that's not true. You don't always want to go fishing. But.
no, but I go anyways. But we went the day before and I caught about a 7-inch brook. So we went to a different part. Aaron caught one fish. I caught no fish. But the reason I caught no fish is by the time Aaron finally caught his fish, because we were recording a video, I started fishing and it started to monsoon. And we were in a very, very small creek. So we're hiding under this little laurel bush. I have no rain jacket, because who fishes with a stupid rain jacket? Apparently not me.
Just Aaron Mule.
Just Aaron
Just
Mule.
me.
Aaron was nice and dry, and I was sitting there just miserable like a wet rat.
You did look like a wet raccoon.
I felt like a wet raccoon. I was very cold. I will fish with a rain jacket from now on. But anyways, we're sitting on this little rock, and I said, Aaron, this rock is running away from us. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, I could see the top of this rock 5 minutes ago, and I can't see it anymore. And he goes, I guess we ought to get out of here. So as we were making our great escape back down the creek to where we could get up the bank, because it's like this, it starts cracking lightning like it ain't nobody's business, and I just start screaming
Ka-chow.
at Aaron to move faster. And Aaron, I've never seen him move this fast in his life, picks up like 7th gear and just books it up the side of the mountain. So we're going, get up through there. I'm even more of a drowned wet raccoon now. And then we get to the waterfall we fished at the beginning. And it is now Niagara Falls.
Yes.
Where we had walked and it was ankle deep was now like up to your waist. So we got out, and then right about as we got to the truck, it quit raining. So, I'm got a sopping wet cotton T-shirt on, and it sucked. And I looked at Aaron, and I said, Aaron, I would not rather, let's see, how did it go? I would really not rather be doing this, but I'm glad I'm doing it with you.
That has to go on a T-shirt before we graduate. I feel like. I guess you haven't been. That's what we said during the hurricane. And just would rather not be doing this.
Yeah,
but I'm
'cause you
glad I'm
left.
doing it. Yeah.
Communist.
No, I took my own advice. I was not going to want to be one of those idiots that sticks around.
Well, yes.
I call anyone
you're
in
calling us
western
an
North
idiot.
Carolina who suffered from the hurricane an idiot. But I would feel like an idiot if I'd never taken my own advice and just left for higher ground. Back at it again.
Back to your regularly scheduled program. Emmett will tell you about his cool outdoor story after Gabe's little rant. Here we go. That we cut out. So you didn't get to experience that terribleness, but here we go.
Cool outdoor story. Well, I've been outside most of my life and have quite a few stories with these fellas here. But probably one of my coolest and most life-threatening ones I've ever been in. I was taking a boat with my grandfather and my brother from the port of Galveston to St. Petersburg, Florida. Straight trip. We were coming down the what do they call that waterway? The intercoastal waterway. It's about as wide as a 2-lane road, maybe a 3-lane road, a little wider. But you've got those big barges coming the other way, and they're supposed to radio in, and you'd pass each other. And we couldn't get a hold of this one boat. It was driving right in the middle, and there was not enough room if he stuck the middle for us to get around on either side. And I was driving. It's about 2 or 3, maybe 4 o'clock in the morning. The other two were asleep. I was driving a boat through the ocean for the first time, and had a spotlight right in my face. Couldn't see anything, so I ran, woke my grandfather up, told him to come out there, tried to get him on the radio. My brother was standing up on the front, waving his hands, and right about before we got on him, he reaches under that center console and pulls out his pistol. And I thought he was about to start shooting at the freaking boat. Called him. We got him stopped, and we ran aground that night. We hit the coast and started taking on water. That was probably one of my interesting nights. We parked down in New Orleans, right on what's that big lake down there? Pontchartrain, or how do you say it? Pontchartrain, right on the Pontchartrain Lake, right near New Orleans.
I haven't heard of that story before.
Yeah, that was a scary night, scariest night of my life. I think,
bet, yeah.
On water. Me and water don't mix. I can swim, but not too long. That's probably one of my coolest stories. It was a cool trip. Other than that,
When was that?
2 or 3 years ago. 2 or 3 years ago, we were.
Gabe has a bladder of a 4-year-old.
Sorry, folks.
No, 2 or 3 years ago, we were coming down, and that portion never moved. I really thought we were about to be. I don't know if y'all have ever been up close to a intercoast or ocean-going barge, but they are freaking ginormous.
I bet, yeah.
They are ginormous. They are almost. I don't know how wide. They gotta be 50 foot wide, easy, and they don't see jack. They got one spotlight, like about the size of one the cops got on the front
That
of his
sucker will
car.
light you up, though.
Yes, it will.
I'm
And he had it right
talking-
in my face.
Yeah.
I couldn't see. That was half my problem. I was having to stand like this off to the side driving so I could just see something. But
I've seen them before on the Mississippi River at night, and like up in Alton, like by the arch, pretty much. That spotlight goes light up the whole river. It's
oh
pretty
yeah,
crazy.
they're wild. They're wild.
But
Fun trip though. Fun trip. We had another one, a night water adventure. Tried to float a section of river we thought would take 2 hours. We bought river rafts from Walmart, like $5 tubes. Thought it would take 2 hours. We thought it was about 1.5 miles. It turned out to be 12 miles. It took us 14 hours. Went all through the middle of the night. Nothing but a tube and no phones. They all died. I don't think that one was that scary.
I think we should turn this into the Emmett Stories podcast.
I know.
I'll get too busy. Tell your outdoor story, Aaron.
My outdoor story? Outdoor story. I was hunting when I was home, and I didn't really hunt. I really just wanted to go in the deer stand. It was one of the first couple of days I was home, and what are you like? Just kidding. I just wanted to go, and then I sat in one of our stands. We've hunting. It was actually my dad's stand, so sorry, Dad. He was complaining, jokingly, but kind of not jokingly. He's waited till I was finally off to college so he could have his deer hunting stands back. Because I'm not home during deer season now, but then I came home and hunted in his stands. But, yeah, about 8 o'clock, nice doe came by. I was a group of 5 or 6 does. And, nice doe came by. I shot her, heard her crash. I was pretty pumped. I think I called her, texted Dad, and I was shaking a little bit, get the jitters. Picture like a big Tennessee football win, like big. It's the adrenaline rush you get, right? Bow hunting. And then about 30 minutes later, I was sitting there, and then the rest of the group of does come back. I missed one bigger than hell. It was probably 2 foot over her back. It was bad. And then as soon as I shot her, I saw the other one looking at me in the tree. And then somehow they let me go, and I was able to get another arrow, and they were just sitting underneath me, like crunching acorns and stuff. Then the second doe, she was a big doe, came probably a 7-yard, quarter away shot straight down. Both deer probably went 30 or 40 yards and was able to drag them out. And and I spent the next couple of days cutting them up. Made some Made some jerky that I like, but Honky doesn't like, so that Honky won't eat my jerky.
It's not bad. It's just hard as a rock.
Yeah, it's just hard as a rock.
He also eats my jerky like it's candy because it tastes better.
That's not true.
No, I don't know. Honky's jerky pretty good.
It is good. You also
There's
just
good jerky
you also
and
just
there's
never
Jacob's
bring it.
jerky.
For that exact reason.
I also vividly remember you in Sparta, coming in one night to the hotel room. I'm like, oh hi Jacob, there's a fridge right here. Microphone stopped working, but now they're back. We apologize. And to finish this out, Gabe has an outdoor story for us.
So this brings us back to all the way last year, I'd say, probably about around this time, probably a little earlier. We went out to a dove hunt at a field, and well, as dove hunts go, we saw absolutely nothing in the sky. It was me, Emmett, Jacob, and our other buddy Jesse was there, and Andy was there. Aaron was not. He had a family obligation.
Oh wait. Talking.
Anyways, we start hunting. Nothing's there, of course. And Andy's like, "How about I throw corn over your head and you shoot it?" I was like, "Fantastic idea, Andy." Throws it on my head. I shoot it once, and I go to shoot again, and I move my gun, and then I just see a Jesse's face,
Jesse is our other roommate, our other buddy from Alaska.
and I don't pull the trigger. But at this time, we've known each other for maybe a month. So it was real squirrely, me almost shooting my teammate without really knowing him that well.
I didn't know that. That's
That was a day full of very bad things.
I think what we killed.
Nothing happened
We killed
bad
what?
other than that. We didn't do
We
it.
killed
No,
two
no.
doves.
2 doves all day.
That's-
Maybe,
Yes.
yeah.
All we shot at were dove.
Basically,
Actually.
Basically, I'm glad I wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
No,
No, I wasn't there.
he went out with Jaden. Like a communist.
Aaron, out of all three of us, is the only one to put women before other outdoor sports in the bros.
But now,
But Miss Jane might be one of the few women in the world worth it. Not to say anything bad about issue 1 and issue 2. But
And
I think we just revealed who they are.
no,
also
number
now we
2.
can't put outdoors in front of the women because there's no outdoors around right now. So now the women come first, and Gabe knocks his cup over for the 3rd time tonight.
So how do we want to do an
Yeah,
outro?
how do we want to do an outro?
I think you should tell them about your lemons and lemonade, Aaron.
Sometimes life gives you lemons. No, sometimes life gives you lemonade and you turn it into lemons. And that's not what we did here today.
No, we make Kool-Aid.
That's perfect.
Got it right there.
We made
Right
Kool-Aid. Yeah, appreciate you guys watching. We're just messing around, having fun. Like I said, we always think we should have a podcast going while we have a conversation, and this is typically about how our conversations go. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and hope to see you soon. And we'll see tomorrow who has their closest to the their trap score. See you folks later.
Thanks.